What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today, you guys, with let's get into the blogs, you guys. So this is going to be the hot topics for the week of October the 28th through November the 3rd, you guys. So before we go ahead and get into this video, if you guys are watching this or any other on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and then having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and turning on your post notifications, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's go ahead and discuss what is going on in these blogs this week, shall we? All right, you guys. So we are going to start this week up. Actually, before we get into it, I didn't just notice that this weekend is daylight savings, you guys. So daylight savings will start on, it'll take place on Saturday, right? So be sure to set your clocks back an hour. Or is it? We're falling back. This is the fall back. So you set your clocks back an hour, right? Yeah, you set your clocks back an hour, and then like it's fall, you fall back, spring, you spring forward. So we're falling back an hour, you guys. So be sure to set your clocks so that way we're all good, you guys. And that is really it for that. Like I said, daylight savings. Be sure to set your clocks back. I remember, didn't they pass some kind of a stupid ass law, like a year or so ago, about daylight savings? Keep it, keep it, keep it, keep it. Wow, you guys, I'm just thinking about this, that we are literally in November almost. And actually, no, we're not literally in almost November. We're in November. We are November 3rd. And Thanksgiving is on the 23rd. So, wow, the year is really wrapping up and rounding out. And I had not even thought about it until just now. But yeah, you guys, daylight savings is Saturday going into Sunday morning. So again, set your clocks back an hour, and let's pause here and go ahead and move on to the stories that we got to talk about. All right, you guys. So the first one, we're going to extend a rest in peace, you guys. This one kind of came as a shock to me, but not so much of a. It came as a shock, but I also want to say it wasn't a. Was it 100% shocking? Yes, and yes. I'm gonna say yes. It was, right. You guys know Friends actor Matthew Perry, who's most notably known for his portrayal of the character Chandler Bing, right? He passed away, I believe I saw this last Saturday, or it could have been Sunday when this happened. I think it was Saturday. It might be Saturday. It might have been Saturday. I think it was Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, or it might have been Sunday night. I don't remember which one I saw, which day I saw it. But I did see that he had passed away, and I was like, oh my God. So he passed away at 54 years old. And I had just saw him last year when he was doing the interview circuit. So you guys know that he has a book out. And the book just basically chronicles his life. And you guys, if you guys don't know, he had addictions that he battled with. And when I saw this, I was like, oh my God. I was praying. I was like, I hope it's not what I'm thinking it is. That he, slipped back into his addiction and that's what happened. But from what, they haven't revealed what is the cause of, his passing at this point that I know of. But I did see a lot of people were saying that his friends were saying that he had COPD. And what happened is he was in a hot tub and they found him under submerged and he was unresponsive, right? I'm not even gonna mention what I saw earlier this week, but I saw another post where it was trying to make a disparity between, and right. But I'm not gonna talk about it at all because I thought it was a little in poor taste. The man had just died, and we were already doing that kind of stuff. I just kind of thought didn't think it was the best thing in the world to do. Now, another passing that I want to talk about is the passing of, now most of you guys some of you guys may or may not know him, but it's a soap opera actor by the name of Tyler Christopher. He passed away on, let's see, when did, oh, I can tell you guys exactly when he passed away. He passed away on Halloween, literally Halloween. Because what was I doing? I was, I was, Halloween, what was I doing? I think I was just driving around, and then I happened to look through Twitter, or it was Twitter, and I saw the rest in peace to him, and I was like, this has got to be a joke. I was like, there's no way that he's passed away. He was 50 years old, and also, if I didn't say about Matthew Perry, he was 54 years old. But when I saw that one about Tyler Christopher, I was like, absolutely not. But it is true. Tyler Christopher passed away, and if you guys know soap operas, like I know soap operas, he's most notably known for playing soap. He's most notably known for being on General Hospital as the character Nicholas Cassadine, right? And then he left General Hospital and he went over to Days of Our Lives where he played character Stephen Demira. So rest in peace to both Tyler Christopher and also to Matthew Perry. Very, very sad. Very, very sad. Now with Tyler, I don't know if he was married or not. I know Matthew wasn't, so Matthew just leaves behind his friends and his family and his cast members from Friends. With Tyler, I don't know that he had any kids or if he was married. I don't know that. But yeah, you guys, rest in peace to both of those two men. And we're going to go ahead and just move on to the next story, you guys. All right, you guys. So, in a bit of funny news, did you guys see earlier this week where Flavor Flav was at the Milwaukee Bucks game and he sang in the national anthem? And when I saw, here's the thing. I was scrolling through my timeline on Instagram, and I just happened to see that Flavor Flav sang the national anthem, and I was like, now I know somebody has got to be playing a colossal joke on me that Flavor Flav literally sat there and sang the national anthem. I was like, child, this is gonna be worse than Fergie. Do you guys remember when Fergie sang that national anthem at the NBA All-Star game in 2018? Now, there are times that I go back to that national anthem performance and I just listen to it and I just crack up. Like, if I need a good laugh, I'm going to go back and I'm going to make sure that I listen to Fergie's rendition of the national anthem. And I still to this day do not know what the hell Fergie was doing, because I was just like, ma'am, you really just sat here and just butchered the hell out of the national anthem, right? So back to Flav, you guys. He sang, like I said, he sang the national anthem at the Milwaukee Bucks game. And what I will say is, contrary to what because I went into this, like I said a few minutes ago, I went into this thinking, oh my God, Flavor Flav was going to sound just as bad as Fergie, if not, well, actually, I thought it was going to sound worse than Fergie. But in all actuality, for me personally, you guys can let me know what you think, but it was not terrible, terrible, but it wasn't good either. It definitely, let me put it out there. It wasn't good because we all know Flavor Flav cannot sing, but it wasn't like, it just wasn't what I was expecting. It was not what I was expecting. I was expecting it to be much worse. Like I said, I thought that it was going to be another situation of what we got with Fergie. I just was expecting another Fergie rendition of the national anthem, but worse, or shout out to Future for that. But I thought that that's what was going to happen with that. But like I said, it was okay. Let me know if you guys heard that national anthem, his version of the national anthem, and let me know if you liked it. What you think about it. Do you agree with me that Fergie still holds the record for the worst national anthem? And to this day, I don't know what it was them runs and riffs for me with Fergie. I was like, girl, what in the hell are you trying to do, sis? Because it just, it was a no for me with Fergie. And I love me some Fergie. Like, I loves me some Fergie, you guys. But that was not its baby girl. Baby girl. That wasn't it. It just wasn't it. So sorry. Wasn't it. But yeah, you guys, please tell me what you guys literally, if you got, like I said again, if you guys watched it, I definitely want to know, you know, how did you feel about it? How did you feel about the situation? And that's it for me. We're going to pause here and move on to the next story, you guys. All right, you guys, so this next one is a little bit of a follow up, you guys. Now, I don't know what game these two, so you guys know last year we talked about them quite a bit. TJ Holmes and Amy Robach, right? So this week I saw them, it was a picture of them that was circulating on the internet as well. And the picture was of them at a game. I don't know if it was a football game or if it was the baseball game. And speaking just real quick, speaking of the games, the World Series. Congratulations go out to the Texas Rangers, who are now the World Series champions, right? And they're getting ready to have the parade here in Dallas. I will not be traveling over there to Arlington. I'm happy for the city, but absolutely not going all the way over there to Arlington for the parade. Absolutely not. Now, if the Cowboys do something, but even if they win the Super Bowl, if they even make it to playoffs, then that would be in Arlington as well. So I guess that would be a no for me as well. Only way I would go to anything, because I mean, I just thought about it. Like everything is over there in Arlington. The Ranger Stadium is over there in Arlington. The Cowboy Stadium is in Arlington. That's where Beyonce had the concert at. Then what else is in Arlington? The Stars, the Dallas Stars is over there, or are the Dallas Stars downtown? I feel like the Dallas Stars are out there as well, but if they're not, they're in downtown Dallas. The only thing that I know for a fact that is in downtown, it's not right in downtown Dallas, but it's near downtown Dallas, is the Mavericks. And let's just keep it a buck. The Mavericks have not been good as of late. They haven't been that great. And I didn't live here in 2011 when they won, the NBA Finals against the Miami Heat. I didn't live here. I lived in my hometown, so I wasn't able to participate in that stuff. Wouldn't have participated in it in the first place, but hey, that's neither here nor there. Back to Amy and TJ. Now, we ain't heard nothing from old Amy and Lutilius in quite some time. And then this week, they everywhere. Like I said, saw them at a game, and then on social media, they done did a little photo shoot together, and they done officially made it official that TJ and Amy are in a relationship. I was like, y'all missing one little thing. Are y'all both divorced from y'all significant others? Because that was the issue with us, with y'all last year, that y'all were both married when y'all started up that affair. So have y'all gotten y'all's divorces at this point, right? That is the $1 million question. Also, I do want to ask the question of, because I saw recently where they wanted to file a lawsuit for wrongful termination against ABC. Now, unless there's nothing in your contracts that forbids fraternization amongst each other, I think you two, I'm not a lawyer, but I don't think you two have any substantial claims unless unless it's not specifically stated in your contract. Good luck to them. Good luck to both of them. But yeah, you guys, please let me know. How do you feel about this, this new revelation that they are? I mean, I think we've been knew that they were in a relationship, but they went official. Congratulations to the both of them. If they are happy, I like it. And if they like it, I love it. I really couldn't be bothered to give a damn. Hopefully they're both divorced. That is all I got for that one. Let's pause here and let's move forward, you guys. All right, you guys. So the next thing that I want to talk about real quick is, let's see, where do we want to go? Actually, you guys, what I want to talk about first before I really delve into anything else, Bravo. So you guys know that BravoCon starts this weekend, right? And I think, if I'm not mistaken, which I don't know why she would have been invited, but Ramona Singer was invited to BravoCon, right? And this week, some things came out about Ramona, and it was more specifically a text message that she had sent. And in the text message, she said that, she said that she spelled out N word. So she said N word. But then up under that, she said, because if I don't remember what the text said verbatim, and I think that she sent this to a producer. If I'm not mistaken, but she's been fired from. You guys know that Ramona got into real estate, and she was not. She was invited to BravoCon, but she's no longer going to BravoCon. Now, this article is coming to us from Vanity Fair. I'm going to look and see. I don't necessarily know if they have it quoted. It says, following Vanity Fair's investigative report into Bravo, which had been Ramona Singer's home base for 13 seasons of The Real Housewives of New York City, the reality star has been pulled from the network's upcoming fan convention, a source with the knowledge confirmed to Vanity Fair. The piece detailed, among other things, an investigation into Singer's alleged use of the N-word in a conversation with a black crew member during season 13 of The Roni. Shed Media, Warner Brothers, Discovery, Bravo, and NBC Universal declined to comment on the specific accusations against Singer, as noted in complaints. When asked by Vanity Fair if she used the N-word in conversation with a black member of production, Singer responded, "Never." But like I said, you guys, there was I hope I can find it. I hope I can find that word where she actually said it. Now, you guys remember, part of the reason why this new Roni reboot happened is because of Ramona and the accusations that, Ebony had made, right? And I believed Ebony when it comes down to it. I absolutely 100% believe Ebony. If you guys watch my Real Housewives of New York City reviews from season 12, I believe it was, when Ebony came on, I 100%, but I've always said this because season 12 wasn't my first season watching New York. I had been watching New York, and I've always thought that Ramona was a racist because if you guys remember, like when they used to go on the cast trips, that specifically when they went to Mexico, and the way that she talked to the staff, she called them to help. I was like, lady. But here's the thing with Ramona. I don't take a woman who can't control her bowels seriously. And I know that as you get older, you can't do that. But Ramona is just disgusting in that regard that she can't, like, Ramona is just a disgusting human being when it comes to that. Because Ramona just defecates on the floor, and I always thought that was disgusting when she would do it, and she wouldn't want to clean up after herself. It was like, are you serious? Now so I don't have the screenshot, but it says, in an attempt to justify her behavior, Singer used a heinous slur, again, while texting a Page 6 reporter. Oh, so this is from a Page 6 reporter. She said, the word I used was N-word and not nigga. A screenshot from the publication revealed on Tuesday. How do you feel comfortable typing? Like, you could have just said, all she had to say was, I said N-word, not the actual word, but you literally typed out nigga, and she spelt it N-I-G-G-A. I was like, oh my God. I know she didn't. She spelled it out. I was like, it's Ramona. So I'm not that shocked. Like, the crazy thing was, I'm not that shocked that it came from Ramona. Like I said, you guys, I've always thought that Ramona was a racist. I've always felt like she was a 100% raging racist, and that's just what it is. Like, Ramona, you already said that you said N-word. That's all you had to say. You didn't have to spell out nigga. You did not have to spell it out. But like I said, Ramona has been, for me, Ramona has been very problematic. The things that she said about the Jews and at the season 12 reunion, she said it in season 13. She said it in season 13, the way she treated the staff in Mexico. So all this stuff coming about Ramona is not really shocking to me. But let me know what you guys think about that as well. And we will go ahead and pause here and move forward to the next story, you guys. All right, you guys. So next up, let's talk about. Now, here's another story. Now, this is a story that I saw on the blogs and I couldn't quite follow it, and it really gave me the creeps when I read it and I saw it. What they were arguing about. Ray J and what is that dude's name? Ray J and Kodak Black, you guys. So you guys know that Ray J is for you know who. And you guys remember you know who helped, you know, get Kodak Black out of jail, right? If that's what you want to say, I don't really care. Now, Ray J came up with a story this week that Kodak Black, I guess Ray J had took Kodak Black down to Mar-a-Lago or wherever. I don't really care. I just can't believe that we were talking about you know who, a known racist man that doesn't give a fuck about either one of these two niggas. Now, Ray J was claiming that when he took Kodak Black down there, I guess he was acting erratic and they were looking at him kind of funny style. I was like, oh my God. Y'all really care what that orange Oompa Loompa thinks about y'all. Really? Oh, so now it looks like these two want to challenge each other to a fight. I was like, please keep it. Nobody gives a hot dog diggity damn about Ray J and about a goddamn Kodak Black. Y'all can keep that bullshit. So I'm finna read this here. It says Ray J has fired back at Kodak Black while claiming he has evidence to support his story about you know who being upset with the Florida rapper. The One Wish singer said Kodak Black needed help following his recent Drink Champs interview and claimed he had no guidance and respect during the visit to you know who's house, promoting the rapper to the it says promoting the rapper to threaten to beat him up. Ray J rose to Kodak Black's challenge and offered to run the fade with him on Instagram Live on Monday, even saying that he hopes it will help the super gremlin hitmaker get his shit together. Now, that is one thing that I will agree with Ray J on. That nigga Kodak Black does look like a gremlin. I will give him that. So it says, quote, no, he don't want no real fade, he said, end quote. He talking about he gonna beat me up. Bro, if you don't cut it out, you a street nigga, right? You a rapper. Or is this Kodak Black who said this? One of the two. Well, let's take the fade. Let's take the fade since you said you gonna beat me up. Since you went all the way left with it. And what's crazy is I feel like you gonna win the fight. What the fuck? What the fuck? So in order to win the fight, what you gotta do, you gotta train your body, right? So you getting your body right. So you getting your body back in, so you getting back in shape. You getting your shit together, right? He added. So at the end of the day, it's a win-win for everybody. And I'll do that just so niggas can get back healthy. Girl, what the fuck did I just read? This, like I said, this story is so damn stupid. So that was definitely Ray J who said all of that shit. Ray J then claimed he has footage that backs up his claims about Kodak's black behavior at you know who's home, but said he needs to get approval from Pastor Scott before sharing it. It ain't nothing bad. It's just like a nigga stunting and shit. You just doing the most. End quote. He said of its contents, I'm not talking to you, Siri. A video has since, it says here, a video has since surfaced of Kodak Black and Ray J attending a dinner at you know who's Mar-a-Lago resort in Palm Beach, Florida in March of 2022. Although it doesn't show the former acting out, it's also unclear if it's the same footage that Ray J was referring to. Page Six reported that at the time, Ray J brought Kodak Black to the event as his plus one and not his wife. Okay. And introduced the rapper to You Know Who after he commuted his prison sentence in one of his final acts as president. This place is just gaudy as hell. But what do you expect from the world's worst president? The spat between the pair was sparked by a comment Ray J left on Academic's Instagram page underneath a video of the rapper's Drink Champs interview in which he displays slurred speech and erratic mannerisms. Yo, somebody needs to grab bro and make sure he's good. End quote. Ray J wrote. This ain't the interview, Norier. We gotta help this dude. Ray J, please, shut it up. I took him to you know whose house and he did the most. They were not happy with the experience because he had no guidance and respect. Yo, at Whack 100, let's figure out how we can help this guy instead of watching him self-destruct. What the fuck? Kodak Black fired back in an Instagram live ran on Sunday, October the 29th, during which he threatened to beat up Ray J while refuting his you-know-who story. Ray J, your little bitch ass, your little ass a bitch. Ray J, your little ass a bitch, homie. A nigga don't need no help, pussy ass bitch. I'm straight. SKRAIGHT. Dumbass boy. Fuck wrong with you, homie. I'll beat your little ass. Kodak said on Instagram Live, you ain't have nothing to do with that you know who shit. Fuck that nigga. This fuck nigga wanted to go to Mar-a-Lago. You don't know me. I be hating that pussy ass shit. You a boosie ass nigga. You wanna just go viral when a nigga could just call a nigga or DM a nigga or something, talking about you know who house. Talking about you know who house too. Damn boy, the fuck? That wasn't even bruh house. Talking about you took me to you know whose house. Who the fuck is you? This nigga got me out of prison, homie. You think I need you to take me to you know who? Again, I'm gonna ask, what in the hell did I just read? What the fuck? Oh my God, no. Let's move on, because if you guys got any thoughts or comments about that, feel free to leave them. Please don't. Let's move forward, you guys. Since Academic's name was brought up in that situation, let's go ahead and address that little incel bitch. Academics, you worthless little piece of shit, you. You are a pussy. Like, literally and figuratively, right? And before anybody gets in my comments, because I saw it on Instagram and I saw it in the comments section, before anybody gets in my comments and say, well, the difference is that Santana threatened to, him, right? Shout out to Phaedra. So, I get it, you guys. He said that. Do I think that Santana was being serious about it? No, I don't. But here's the thing. The problem that I have with Academics is Academics very rarely has this energy, if ever, for the vitriol and the way that he sits in that empty ass, dark ass basement. I know I'm in my apartment and it's dark. It is morning time. It is still early morning and the sun has not come up yet, right? So that is why it's dark in here. You guys have my ring light. And the difference is I don't sit in front of my phone, because I record on my phone. I don't sit in front of my phone and just say the most negative, gutter, disgusting things about people, men or women. I don't do that. That is the problem with Academics. So I don't know who started it first, and 9 times out of 10, I believe it was Academics, right? So Academics said some things about Santana earlier this week, right? And then Santana came back with a response to him, basically telling him he will beat his ass. And I honestly do think, like, people look at Santana and think just because Santana got the BBL, Santana wears the nails, that Santana, I mean, at the end of the day, Santana is still 100% a man. I don't care how he dresses up. His physicality is that of a male. So he may be feminine as hell. Like I said, he may have long ass nails on his fingers. He may have a BBL, but he is still a man at the end of the day. And I do believe that if Santana and academics were to get into a fight, I do believe that the little incel will get his ass beat the fuck down, right? And so Santana was like, yeah, I beat your ass, nigga, and he will. I'm not gonna say what he said after that, but you guys can go find it on your timeline, what he said after it, right? So then academics came his whack little pussy ass onto his platform. I don't even know what academics is on. I don't keep up with academics. I don't like academics. I just don't understand why nobody has just touched this nigga at this point, right? Because he does say that. I mean, he does say shit to people, and it's always about the women. He came. I know he's come for Megan Thee Stallion. He's come for Carisha. Who else has he come for? Like he hits the blogs more specifically for him coming at women, and I just never don't understand that. And the fact that nobody says anything to the little incel, nobody says anything to him, right? But it's just like, what the fuck? It's crazy to me. So he got on lot. Wherever he got on his platform, right? And he was crying because honestly, let's keep it real. The reason why academics was crying is because you don't have any intellect and you have no rebuttal to Santana. Y'all can say, oh well, Santana threatened to SA him, right? Here's the problem with that. You don't have to address that. Address him saying that he wanted to beat your ass. Address that. If you want to rib Jones or roast him. See, the thing with academics, little small-minded pea-brain ass, was the fact that he has no rebuttals outside of trying to. Only thing that he can say negative to Santana would be something about his sexuality, and he knows that if he says anything about Santana's sexuality, he will be 100% canceled. That is why that little punk was crying. Let's keep it real with each other. That is the only reason why academics was crying, is because he knew that if he said anything about his sexuality, he would be canceled. But you should have been canceled long ago. Again, I don't know who listens to academics. I don't know why anybody would listen to academics. Academics to me is similar to Vlad TV. I don't know why people entertain Vlad, and I don't know why people entertain academics. So if you guys ask me, do I feel anything for academics? Absolutely, 100%, not a damn thing. Feel nothing for the man. Not a damn thing. It ain't fun. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, huh? It ain't no fun in that instance. So yeah, he can kiss the narrowest and the blackest part of my behind, because I was just like, about damn time, and I cracked up laughing when I saw him on that video crying. I was like, oh, we gotta pick up his tears, because nobody gives a damn. Sorry to you. If you guys like academics, I really question why. And if you're a woman, I really question why. There's nothing redeeming about that man. Because I've had people on Instagram and Twitter, I've had people try to defend him. Baby, I am not going back. And I've said that to the people. I'm like, I am not going back and forth with you about academics of all people. Because the person, when I was on Twitter tweeting about him, the people like, he comes for men too. I never said he didn't. I said he comes for women more than he comes for men. He always has this energy. He has more energy for a woman than he does a man. Never said he don't come for men. I just said he has the energy that he has. Who was that he was talking about recently? Oh my God, who was it he was talking about? Was it actually? It was Megan Thee Stallion after the situation with Tory Lanez, when he went on his whatever platform he goes on. He went off on that tirade, and I was like, dude, it's like, when it comes to certain women, it's like, did you try to make a pass at them and they told your little ugly ass no? Because that's what it gives to me. But hey, you guys can definitely tell me your thoughts and opinions down in the comments section, you guys. And we shall pause here and move on to the next story, you guys. All right, you guys. So the next story, I cracked up laughing. And typically, I'm not a fan of this person by no means. But in this situation, baby, she drug her. Now, can I ask you guys a question? This is gonna be a serious. This is a serious question, you guys, and let me know. What is the fascination with? And I really hate. I don't really like to call her sexy red, because no shade to her, she's not sexy to me. She's a little dingy, a little dusty, a little dirty looking, raggedy red, dirty red, dusty red, dingy red, tarnished red, fugly red, as Kaya called her, anything but sexy. That girl is not sexy at all. I don't know what it is about sexy red, unsexy red, right? Fugly red, dingy red, dusty red, dirty red. She's just not that. She's not a cute girl, for me personally, right? I don't know if it's all the tattoo, and I love tattoos. I really, that is one thing about me. You'll find out that I love tattoos, but sometimes I'll be looking at certain people's tattoos and it's just like, oh, God, you look nasty. Case in point, Blueface. When I see him, I just want to get a rag, put some soap on it, put some bleach on it, put some disinfectant on it, and just go to scrubbing his ass. Because nigga looks dirty as hell. He just looks dirty. You know what, you guys? I'm going to sprinkle him in too as well. Because these are people that I want the blogs to stop posting about. I would like to stop them. I would like for them to stop posting about sexy red or dingy red or fugly red, whichever one you want to call her. I want them to stop posting about him and her. I want them to stop posting about all these people, right? And I'm gonna go back to I remember my question. I'm gonna go back to it in just a minute. But I want the blogs to stop posting some of these people. When it comes to Stewie, aka Jaden, Krishan, and Blueface, please stop posting them. I don't need to see anytime they respond to one another. I especially did not need to know that Blueface went live after Krishan last week recorded their conversation, and then he was getting a blowy from Jaden. I was like, are you serious, John? First of all, you ain't got no respect for her. She ain't got no respect for herself. Krishan ain't got no respect for herself. And then, why are we posting this for the world to see? We didn't ask for this. Now, back to my question that I originally was going to ask you guys. What is the attraction of Sexy Red? Like, what is he, like, her music sucks. I'm sorry. Her music sucks. Like, even that Pound Town song, it sucks. But it was, only thing about Pound Town is that it's just catchy. What is the attraction to her? Her music is terrible. The music is not going to be here in 10 years. Like, I don't think that people are going to be looking back on this music and saying, oh, I remember when this came. I don't think that's going to happen. And I know, back in the day when I was growing up and some of the music that we would listen to, my mom and them used to say the same thing about us, but it's not the case. Because some of the music from back in the day, we still listen to, right? And like Kaya said on her, I guess this was her show that she does, where she, whatever it's called. I don't keep up with Kaya. I ain't kept up with Kaya since her and T.S. Madison split up from the Queen's Court. But y'all know she does her gag, I think it's called gag order, if I'm not mistaken. Baby, when I tell you guys that she read the hell out of Sexy Red, baby, she went in on her, and it was 2 minutes long. What I will say is, we can't compare Kaya to the likes of these girls today. Like, yeah, and I think I said this last week. Ice Spice, like, what's the attraction? What do the kids see in these? Like, their music, first of all, the music is terrible. Then they don't have stage presence. Like, I want them to bring back A&Rs, and I want them to bring back, media training. I know the AR still exists, but I want the ARs to bring back, the media like the training and all that kind of stuff, how to conduct a good interview and all that kind of stuff, and actually work with the artist development, train, give them the tools. Because now it just feels like they just microwave these girls and just pop them out, and they're not good. Like I said, because with Unsexy Red, her music is trash. Because Pound Town, let's keep it real with each other. Pound Town is a terrible ass song, right? It's a trash song. Only thing is, it's just catchy as hell. That's the only thing about it. It's catchy, but it's a trash. It's terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible song, right? So Kaya was like, she was talking about, back in the day, she said, my pussy, my neck, my back, lick my and my crack. She said mine, not somebody else's, not somebody's toe, not no man's toes, not no man's balls, not no man's this, right? It was her body, her body. And I have to give it to Kaya. She wasn't wrong. She was not wrong. So she's right. Don't compare her to those girls. Now, where Kaya lost me was when she said that these girls were raised on Trina. I was like, why does this woman always feel the need to take a dig at Trina? I know that there's a beef between them two, but girl, let it the fuck go, right? Speaking of Kaya, like I said, when I tell you guys that she read the entire hell out of unsexy red, fugly red, as she called her. What I will say, dingy, dirty, dusty red. She she told no lies. Let's just be 100% honest with each other. Kaya told not a one lie, and I'm here for it. Now Suki got involved in it as well, and I was like, Suki. Oh, she kind of did talk about Suki, but she didn't mention Suki's name. Suki. I ain't got much to say about Suki because the problem that I have with Suki is the problem that I have with Suki. Because I saw some of Love and Hip Hop Miami where she did the interview. I didn't see the actual episode where she was talking to Super Cindy and Super Cindy brought up her OnlyFans. I didn't watch that episode, but I saw the clips. I saw the clips on the show, and she was upset about Super Cindy bringing that up. But the thing that bothers me with Suki Hana is that you you get hurt in your feelings when people bring up the stuff from your past, right? But you want to say when people talk about when people then say stuff about they not like that. That's not don't compare me to them girls. Those girls talking about what they do to other people. You ain't never. Kaya said you ain't never saw a sex tape of her. You ain't never saw her titties, her vagina. You ain't never saw none of that shit. She has been married and raised her kids. You ain't saw that from Kaya, and I have to agree. I have to give Kaya that her phone ain't never been stolen and hacked into, and you ain't never saw nothing from Kaya, and I give her that. But Suki, the thing that bothers me with Suki is when people say things about her, she has a right to feel how she wants to feel. But if you're gonna be this super sex positive person, when it's talked about, then be that person when it's like you want to put a positive spin on, but like Suki is gonna be who Suki is, right? And that's fine. But then when people use it against you, don't get offended by that. You know what I'm saying? If I'm making any sense, please let me know in the comment section below. But we're gonna pause here, you guys. We're gonna move on to the last stories of the video, you guys. All right, you guys. So the next story that I want to talk about is this situation with DoorDash, you guys. So with DoorDash, it's a very interesting story to me. So DoorDash is now having when you guys order from DoorDash. Now I've never used DoorDash, so I can't really tell you guys how DoorDash works. I've typically when if I order food or anything like that, I will just use Uber Eats, right? But most times I'm either going to the restaurant and eating at a restaurant, or I go get my food to go and I come back home, right? So I don't too often use Uber Eats because I just feel like, I can get up and go get my home food, right? And I don't want to, and I don't have to wait for somebody else to bring it to me, right? But like I said, there are rare occasions where I will order, and when I order, I leave a tip, right? So here's the issue with DoorDash. DoorDash has a new thing, a new pop-up, right? When you place your order, and if you don't put a tip on there, they will put up a little, just a little, FYI for you, right? Saying that, hey, are you sure you want a tip? Are you sure you don't want to leave a tip? Because if you don't tip, then your order could be a little bit on the delayed side, right? And people felt the way about that. I saw a lot of people were saying, well, oh, tipping is optional. 100%. It is optional, right? It is an optional thing, and I'm gonna come back to that point in just a minute. People said it's tipping is optional. People said that, you know, well, there are people who don't have cars and all this kind of stuff. They were making everything that I saw was an excuse, right? Tipping is optional, and people don't have. Some people don't have cars. Some people don't have this. Some people don't have that. Granted, I'll touch on that in a minute as well. And then people like, or just get another job. And I'm gonna touch on this point right here, right now. The ones of you people who are saying get another job, right? Sometimes with Uber, it's not always people's first source of income. It's possible, quite possibly, sometimes people's second source of income, right? Because I do Uber Eats on the side. So when I get off of work, I come home, and if I have a video to do, I'll do the video, or if I go live, I go live. And then after I get off of live, I will go do Uber for about a few hours to make at least, anywhere from $60 to $100 for the night, just a little extra money for myself. And so that's what I do. And there are rare instances where people won't tip you. And it is kind of fucked up because it do be fucked up. It's like, damn, let me touch back to so this actually leads me back to the other points that I was making. So, like I said, some people do it as just a side hustle. It's not their main source of income. And yes, some people do use it as a main source of income. That's their business. But here's the other thing on top of that. The problem that I then have with people is the fact that you want to sit here and talk about that, but you're too lazy to get your ass up and go get that damn food yourself. Because people talking about, oh, it's a delivery fee, it's a this fee, it's a that fee. It's also less of a fee if you get your lazy ass up and go to the restaurant your damn self and pick it up. Everything about that? Everything about that. Like, this is someone who is doing you a favor. Like, someone is doing you a favor. The least you could do is say thank you for the favor. And then a lot of people are like, so I got a pre-tip. You guys do realize that you can change the tip. With Uber, I know for a fact, with Uber, you have a whole hour after, your food is delivered, or even when you're in a ride, even when you're in the car with somebody, you have a full hour to give them a tip. You have a full hour to give a tip or change the tip. So if you don't feel that the service was adequate enough, you can say, okay, let me reduce I want to leave a tip, but I'm just going to reduce it. You have a whole entire hour before you can change the tip. So miss me with oh, I don't want a pre-tip. Again, you can pre-tip. They usually would do 15, 18, and 20%, right? You can pre-tip, and like I said, if it isn't satisfactory to what you wanted, reduce the tip. Also, let me put a little caveat on that, right? Because this has been happening to me, and so with Uber Eats, we can do the grocery deliveries, right? And here's the thing that I'm actually I haven't done a grocery delivery all week. I haven't done a real true grocery delivery in about 2 weeks because I'm stopping. Because what happens is, whenever there's a situation where whatever the person wants is not available in the store, let them know, hey, they don't have this. Do you want to substitute this with something else? And they'll say yes, they want to substitute, or they'll say no, right? And if they say no, it just removes it from their order and they don't get charged for it. But then when I deliver it, y'all want to reduce my tip because of the item that was either not there, that was not there, that you chose to either get a refund for, or you chose to get a substitute for. That has nothing to do with me. And even on the flip side, when it comes to restaurants and them not having everything in your bag, I can't open. I don't want to. You guys already know they seal those bags up. So if I bust open your bag, you're gonna say, "Oh my God, he went in my bag." Nope, because I have it quite a few times where people say, "Please make sure that everything is in the bag." I'm not opening your bag. I refuse to do that. I'm not gonna open your bag and then you can tell Uber that, oh, the bag was tampered with. Not gonna happen. Refuse to do it, right? So yeah, so that covered people saying that, you do it as a job, get another job. I could get another job. I can do anything else. But at the end of the day, you're asking me to do something that you are too fucking lazy to get up and go do. You guys can, guys, I'm not saying this in a negative way toward anybody, but I'm just saying that just to get the point across that someone is doing a favor for you guys. The least you can do is say thank you, you guys. And here's the other thing, and I know people saying, but that's not our fault that they don't pay them. It's not the fact that they don't pay nobody. It's the fact that you are literally asking me to do a service for you that I don't have to do. I'm using my time, my money, and my gas to bring you something that you were too lazy to go get. So yes, tipping is absolutely optional. It is optional, but you can also say, hey, thank you. And once again, you can reduce the tip if it's not satisfactory. But don't reduce the tip because of missing food, because that has nothing to do with us. We just go to the restaurants, we pick up the food, and we deliver it. If it's something that's missing in that bag, call the restaurant. Because I had this happen to me last year as well, and it really pissed me off, right? So here's a situation. I remember the order. I remember the order verbatim. I don't remember where I picked it up from, but it was this order that I picked up, and I don't know if the person said that they didn't get it or what. I have had that happen before, where people said they didn't get the order, and Uber has completely refunded them their money, and I was like, "Are you serious?" Including the tip. I was like, "Ain't that about a bitch?" And I know for a fact I left it at the person's house, and they got the food because I rolled right back through, and the food wasn't on the porch. So actually, no, I handed the food to the person. This one, I handed the food to the person, and they said that I didn't deliver. And I was like, and Uber sent me a message saying that you didn't deliver the food. I was like, okay, you know what? Fuck y'all. I don't care what this person got to say because I hand delivered it, or I either left it at their door and I take a picture of the door. But the situation that happened was last year. The trip was about 7 miles, right? And so I think the total, and I think the total was about like $7 or $8. That was including the tip, right? What happened, and I noticed that I never got the tip. And so the trip just ultimately showed up as $4. And I'm like, I don't drive for $4 anywhere in Dallas. So I reached out to Uber, and they were like, oh yeah, what happened is the customer complained about the food. So we ended up refunding them the entire, everything. They got their money back for the food and for the tip. I was like, that is, and I told them, I'm like, that's fucked up. I'm like, so I, they complain about the food, not the service, the food. They complained about the fucking food, and I get hit with it. I was like, you know what? It's fine. I wasn't tripping about it because I was like, you know what? It is what it is. I'm thankful that I have my job because I was upset about that. So yeah, tipping is optional. Could people get another job? Absolutely. But you can also, like I said, get up and go get it yourself. It's not that hard. I do it all the time. And what was the other one that I said? It was something else that I said, but I think I covered it as well. Tipping was optional. Get another job. And oh yeah, that the leaving, not wanting to leave a tip early. And I think I covered everything. If I didn't, we can discuss it in the comment section. Again, you guys don't feel any type of way about it. I'm just giving you guys my personal experience. Just my experience. But hey, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and we're gonna pause here and move forward and wrap it on up, you guys. All right, you guys. So next up, this is something else that I want to just kind of go away from me with this Apollo, is the situation with Keith Lee. Now, let me keep it 100% a buck with you guys. Before this week, I had absolutely no idea who the hell a Keith Lee was. And I'm still fine without knowing, and nothing personal against him. I'm just not interested in him. But he went down to Atlanta, you guys, and I guess he's like a food blogger. I don't know, but he went down to he went down to Atlanta. So he went down to a restaurant. Now I've never heard of this one, Milk and Honey, right? And so I guess he just tells his experiences there, and he didn't like his experience at Milk and Honey, and they made a response to him, and I did not like their response to him. What they were trying to talk about, the man is on the spectrum. What the fuck does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Like, I was so thoroughly confused about that. Like, I didn't understand that at all, what that had to do with him. And then he went to OLG. He didn't have, now this, the thing about OLG, I didn't like the fact of Candy's response, and we'll talk about that in a minute as well. When it came down to him going to OLG, so initially they want to go try to get to go orders, right? But OLG doesn't do to go orders on the weekend, and that's fine. I don't have an issue with them not doing the to go orders on the weekend. The issue then came into play when he sent his mom and his mother-in-law, mom, and wife into the restaurant to get a seat for them, right? So when they went in there, they were told it was going to be an hour and a half wait. And I was like, okay, we all know OLG is packed, so that's understandable. So then he went back in there, and the young lady told him it would take them 5 minutes to get him seated. I was like, huh? So his mama down, his family comes in here, and it's a whole hour and a half wait. But he walks in here, and you can get him seated in 5 minutes. If that ain't favoritism, if that ain't the fact that, oh, we know who you are on social media and we just trying to kiss your ass so that you can give us a, and see, that's the other thing I have an issue with. It's the favoritism. So y'all are doing this to get a good, it feels like we are doing this because, one, he has over 1 million followers on TikTok. And so if he comes in and we actually sit him down, okay, he'll say something nice and positive about the restaurant, and that'll then make his audience want to come and, patron. But here's the other thing with that: that would be unrealistic. His review would be unrealistic, because here's the thing: let's just sit here and say he wasn't cool with the favoritism, right? Let's just say he was cool with it. Here's the problem: that would be false advertising for his base, his subscribers, his followers, or whatever you call it, his followers, right? So he would go on TikTok and say, hey y'all, I went down to OLG and the service was absolutely amazing. The food was good or bad, whichever one he says, right? And let's just say he details, like, we got there at 7 o'clock, right? And we got there and there was no wait time when we got there. When I got there, they tell me, hey, how many are in your party? And they say, and I tell them how many is in my party, and they got us seated within 5 to 10 minutes of getting there. But then if somebody that follows you say, okay, he went down there, he had a really good experience, and then they get there and they don't have the followers that he does, and they get told, oh yeah, yours is gonna be a 2-hour wait. They would be like, okay. And then that's gonna leave a negative review. So I got where he was coming from. Treat him like you would treat anybody else. Forget the fact of who he is. Treat him just like you would treat any other person that comes into your restaurant to patronize it. And I was here for it. So Candy came out with a response. Her response really wasn't a response at all. Her response was mostly about the goddamn ordering to go on the weekends. I was like, Candy, that wasn't that man's complaint or concern. He was talking about the favoritism. But hey, let me know what you guys thought about that in the comment section, you guys. And that is going to be it for me. I got to get off of here and get ready for work. And I will see you guys later. What's coming up next? The Golden Bachelor will be, we will be going live for the Golden Bachelor. So that will be, I don't know what time that'll be on Friday, but that'll be on Friday. We got the Golden Bachelor. Love After Lockup is also Love After Lockup and Ready to Love Make a Move. Oh, Ready to Love Make a Move. And then Saturday, Love and Marriage Huntsville. And Sunday, Power Book 4, Force is back. I believe Force is back this week. And then we also have the premieres of Real Housewives of Potomac and Married to Medicine, you guys. So as always, I appreciate you guys for watching the video. We do this the same time, same place, same channel every week, you guys. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn your post notifications on, share the video, you guys. Until the next time, please stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves, you guys. Wash your hands, be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.